A cynic is someone who sees things how they are instead of how they ought to be. It's really upside down. I mean, clearly a cynic wrote that. Right? Because if you really see things how they are, it's just completely, you're not a cynic. You see the divinity in everything, you see the beauty in everything, you see the elegance in the whole dynamic. So really it's the cynic who sees things the way they think they ought to be. That's what a cynic is. It's a judgment orientation. It's a cynical orientation. Life is, it sounds so trite, but life is beautiful. Humanity is a beautiful thing. That whole texture of group consciousness, and the idea that people are part of a group consciousness, and to be able to take a step back and to view that and to feel that pulse and to feel the humanity in all people and the texture of the whole thing, and to come to commune with it in a way where maybe I can change this, but here I don't think I can, and it's not appropriate time to intervene. And you know what? That's just people's nature. That's part of it. It's just people's nature. That's perceiving things how they are. And that's not cynical at all. It's cynical to look at people and say, oh, they're this way, but they ought to be that way. That's cynical. Hmm? Life is so much more fluid and dynamic than a rule book can prescribe, And if you completely constrain your life in rules, you're just a tortured soul, Now, does that mean we throw out the rule books? No. You need rules. Some basic rules, 10 Commandments, don't kill people. Just as kind of basic guidelines. But all those rules are not valid either, There's a time when it can be appropriate to go to war, and kill people. It's very interesting that even Lord Krishna, he said to Arjuna, do your dharma, go to battle. Arjuna was really, the whole Mahabharata thing, those were families. And people took sides, and Arjuna loved people on the other side, and revered them, great uncles and things like that. And he was just despondent on the battlefield, He said to Krishna, I can't do it. And Krishna said, do your dharma, You need to be free before I think you can really even feel the pulse of humanity. And try to live your life because, I should do it like this, or it needs to look like this, or this is the way it's supposed to be. You're so encumbered that you can't breathe. And your life is smothered, People move, they act, then they act out. At some point the thing gets so strained that it almost begs for intervention. Then you come in, you do a little something, a little adjustment here and there, and the thing kind of readjusts. But you can't be like the those dogs that have pups and they're so overly attentive they actually nibble the feet and tails off of the puppies. You know about that? Yeah. That's a too good mother. Too good of a mother. Mothers them to the point, cleans them, nibbles at them like that, nibbles off their tails, nibbles off their toes. You know. But we do that to ourselves, and we do it to other people. We nibble off our tails, nibble off our toes. It becomes more about you and your notion, your cynical, I'm playing with words here, your cynical notion about how the world's supposed to be than it is about what is. Does it make sense? Am I making sense?